there's only 5 steps for this. They're the same 5 steps always. Once you understand the 5 steps to do them, it's just repeating. Like there's nothing new, there's no thought in this, it's just a process. It's like quadratic, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, to get the answer. That's it. Okay. I'll take you guys through the first one, and then I'll let you guys, then I'll start here and we'll go around there after. Okay, so actually I'm gonna humiliate, I think, my former class again. Okay, I think actually I'm going to humiliate my former students. Okay, so I'm sorry, my former students, you want to get back on right now. Okay, Jennifer, you're going to be up first. Jennifer, can you tell the class, please, the first step to completing the square? It's going to be what?
Divide the middle term by the term.
Very good. So step number 1 is going to be divide the first 2 terms by the x squared coefficient. By the way, I'm sorry for humiliating my former students. You guys all remember this from last year, you probably do, but I'm guaranteed that those 4 students did because they just took my course. Okay, so I know that they did. Riley, I'm picking on you now. Oh, sorry, I should actually do that. Ha 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 ha. Y equals 3, bracket x squared minus 4x plus 1. Now, what I actually did for that was that 3 is actually a value. Okay, right? So a is equal to 3 here. Okay. Riley, I'd like to be brave now, please, and tell us what we do next. Very good. Okay, so step number 2 is going to be the completing the square step. Okay, so you're going to take half of the x coefficient and square it. Okay, so what that's going to be is I'm going to do an arrow always when I do this. I'm just going to write -4 over 2 and then square. It's always over 2, it's always half. Alright, so I'm still picking on you. What's -4 divided by 2, please? -2, good. And Riley, you're not done yet. What's -2 squared equal to, please? +4, but yes, okay. I'm going to box one and I'm going to underline the next one. Okay, this should look a little bit familiar, I think, from last year. Maybe your teacher did it in a different spot or a side or whatever, but I'm going to do my way. As well, you do not do the writing ever again, so this is going to be quick. Who's up next? Marissa, what's the next step, please?
Use the 4.
Yeah. Very good. So we're going to add and subtract the box number. Okay, what we actually did here, we wanted to make a perfect square for the x squared and the 4x. Because what you want to do, you want to factor it eventually, so it looks like this. But what we need is, you can't just add a 4, you have to subtract it as well. So it's going to be y equals 3 bracket x squared minus 4x plus 4 minus 4 plus 1. Okay, so the thing is, we only need the first 3 terms, we do not need the -4. So, what do we do next, please?
You take the -4 by 3.
So step number 4 is you're going to multiply the negative term by the a coefficient to take it out of the brackets. So I'm going to call that y equals 3 bracket x squared minus 4x plus 4 minus 12 plus 1. Now the whole class is going to be confused, Liam, so can you translate for the class where that negative 12 came from?
Negative 4 we put that with brackets.
Okay, good, so why did you change the 12? I like negative 4 better. Times by the 3, right? So it's going to be whatever this number is here, because think of it like you're just foiling, right? So 3 times negative 4 is negative 12 together with brackets. Okay. Is it starting to come back for some people? I hope a little bit. If it's not, that's okay, but we'll do practice on these, okay? For those 4 souls that I just picked on, they probably did 100 of these, 1,000? 100 of these at least last semester, okay? 1,000 maybe, let's say 1,000. Right? So it is cool. How about infinity? Oh, all right. Step number 5. Jennifer, back to you. How do we finish this one off, please?
So then you take the underlying term
Yeah.
and you put it in the bracket.
Yeah.
So y equals 3x minus 2 and then minus 11.
Okay, good. So what you're going to do is you're going to factor the brackets using the underlying number. The underlying number is this one right over there that I was talking about on the left-hand side. So this is going to turn into y equals 3, bracket x minus 2 squared minus 11. Now you might say, Mr. Sadler, I don't like that. I want to say what 2 numbers multiply to 4 and add to negative 4. It's going to be negative 2 and negative 2, which is x minus 2 squared. Okay, but the reason I want to use the underlying number is because very soon we're going to have fractions and weird things in there, and you want to find 2 numbers that multiply to 1.25 and add. Like you don't want to do that, right? So. All right, now I'm on someone new. Romanovich, what's the vertex and which way does this open, please?
The vertex is 2, negative 11, and it opens up.
And if someone with a strong set of shoulders is okay to, if they'll be wrong, to tell me why that is 2 even when it says negative 2. Right, Grace?
The vertex is h and k, and that's negative 8.
Right on. Okay, right. So just very good. Okay. Now, you might say, wow, that looks like a lot of work. Okay, when I get rid of all the blue writing, it fits on one screen, every one of these questions. Okay, right, so it's the same 5 steps. Right, always was. We'll do enough of these that you'll have no problem with them. Yeah, okay.
Wait, can you go over the factoring it by the underlying number?
Yeah, no problem. So all I did for this is just a quadratic here like this, right? So you just turn it into always x and then this squared. Okay. So if you don't believe me, just for this one, think your M&A factoring here, right? So multiplies to 4 and adds to negative 4. That's going to be negative 2 and negative 2, right? So that's the same as x minus 2 squared.
Oh, okay.
This is just a shortcut to getting that is using this, and the shortcut's better. That's what I was trying to say. When there's like messy numbers in there, it's a lot easier to use this than just trying to find the 2 numbers. But the whole point of doing this whole thing was to make it so that this is a perfect square. Second switch should be something square. That's the whole idea of it. Some people remember this from last year. Yeah, then if you didn't take the course, if you didn't know exam 2 weeks ago. Nobody else remembers it? Okay, that's all right. I'll yell at all your grade 10 teachers. Okay. Good. Let's try one of these. I'll do one more as a class, and then we'll try one yourself here. Okay. I'm sorry to those people that kept on out there when you were back to the front. Okay. Everyone's got that scribbled? I hope. Yes? All right. Atlanta, I'm starting with you here. So number 4 we're up to. Example 4, I think. Find the vertex. Of let's go y equals 4x squared plus 24x. Okay, now if you want to do this with your notes open, that's fine. If you're feeling good about this and want to do this with my help, feel free. Okay, but if you want to work with the class, we'll do that too. Alana, I'll pick on you first. What was the first step here that we have to do?
Divide the x squared term by the coefficient.
Good, so what's the coefficient in this case? 4. So I'm going to write this as y equals 4, bracket x squared plus 6x minus 3. Okay, so that's going to be like your A value here. Alright. Now this is the assigned part, and every math teacher does this differently. Some people, I think Mr. Lacey does the rough work up here through Mr. Lacey last year. Okay, I don't know Mr. Deadstruck's here. They're up there on the side. I do right underneath because I have a blackboard like this, so I go north-south. Okay. Alright, Olivia, what do we do next, please?
Take half of the x squared coefficient and then square.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here, very good, I'm going to put out my arrow, and I'm just going to write 6 over 2 and squared. Okay, so you're all clear, whatever the coefficient that goes with x, you just take it and divide it by 2. Olivia, you're unfortunately not done. What is 6 divided by 2, please?
3.
Good. What is 3 squared?
9.
Okay, so I'm going to underline the 3 because we're going to need that later, and I'm going to box the 9 because we're going to need that right now.
Sorry, how did you get the 6 over 2?
Okay, so what happens is, you just take this number, because, okay, let's slow down now. To get a perfect square, it's always going to be half this number, that's how it works. Well, let's say I do like x plus 1 squared, it's going to be x squared plus 2x plus 1. It's always going to be, the middle term is always going to be double this number, so this is the middle term here. So that's,
So it's always divided by the next
yeah, yeah. So this is always, so this right here is always divided by 2. Like,
Just seems like the x term.
yes. Yeah, very good. All right, cool. What do I do now, please?
We're on 3, right?
Yeah.
Add it, subtract the box number.
Great, so what's my box number in this case?
9.
Okay. So x squared plus 6x plus 9 minus 9 minus 3. All right, Tristan, be brave, please. What do you do now?
Wait, what?
What do you do now, please?
You have to skip me on this one, buddy.
What does Mr. Lacey say to you at this moment? Marissa, what do I do?
You say I'm the kind of guy that.
All right, so go ahead.
Times 4 by 9.
Right, so we're on step 4 now, right? So what I'm going to do is the negative 9 here gets multiplied by 4 to come out of the brackets. Right, so 9 times 4 is 36. Okay, Nicole, it's factoring time. How are we going to easily factor that bracket? Oh no, somebody help her. How are we going to easily factor that bracket? Go ahead. Good. So this is just going to be, that's just a 3, so it's just going to be x plus 3. I know it's been just a while for some people here since they've done completing the square, okay, but this is really important. When I say the word's horribly important, I'm like, this is horribly important. All right, Carissa, what is the vertex here and which way does it open?
Is it -3?
It's negative 3. And we open upwards or downwards? Because this is your number here, right? So because that's positive, it's going to open upwards. Like think like x squared, like the graph of x squared. Like, hold on a second. Before you shake your head and everyone else does, the graph of x squared opens like this. Like negative x squared, the reflection opens like that, right? So this graph be opening upwards. So it's a positive. That number there is positive. Okay, yes.
Can we go for step 5 then?
Step 5 is this one here. Okay, so what I just did here was, this number right here, the plus 3, is the same as this number right there. It'll always be like that, okay? If you don't believe me, just think of it this way. What multiplies to 9 and adds to 6? 3 and 3, right? So that's where it gets to x plus 3 times x plus 3 is how that would factor. No? Not yet.
Okay.
Is that okay? Yeah, or okay? Yeah, go ahead, Sarah.
How do you know if the vertex points are negative?
Okay, so it's always the opposite of this number. So that 3 changes to negative 3. Same like this one here, negative 2 changes to 2. The second one stays the same. And the first number tells you if it's upwards or downwards. So if the first number is positive, you're opening upwards. If the first number is negative, you're opening downwards. Too much? Only 20 more minutes. Here we go. Do you guys want to try one by yourself? Or do you want me to walk you through one more? Try one yourself? Try one yourself, okay? All with integers, okay? Example 5. I'm gonna give you about 5 minutes to do this one. If you need to consult with your partner, I can't believe I'm saying this one, feel free. Feel free. Find the vertex of y equals negative 2x squared plus 16x plus 1. I'm going to hit pause in the video.